Welcome, everybody, to The World is a Mess, and I just want to steampunk it. This is episode 42. This is November the 9th, 2021. I am your host, Steampunk Star Raisin, and I am here, not in North Hollywood this time, but I'm also here in Torrance. I'm in the hotel. My girlfriend's supposed to come by to visit. We're supposed to be meeting up later, but right now I had some free time, so I figured I might as well do a podcast. And I'm here with my co-host, Daniel Burdison from Bellwood, Ontario, Canada. So what's going on, Daniel?
Hello. So yesterday I went to I had to, last week I had to go for an X-ray on my chest, and yesterday I went to the Life Labs for a blood test. They took 2 whole vials of blood from me. I mean, if you can see this right here, you see this? I still have
Yeah, they did blood work. Usually when you go to the hospital, that's completely normal.
Yeah, so like they took 2 whole vials of blood from me, and they also connected a machine to me or something to I don't know, to measure my heart or something to see what's going on. It wasn't sticking on though because of the hair on my chest. I'm really hairy under here, so it wasn't sticking on. So they had to, they found a way to put it on me, and they asked me my weight. I don't know my weight. They ask you your weight. They should have a scale there, but they didn't have a scale there. So I said I'm probably 135, 140. I mean, last time I checked, I was 135, 136, somewhere around there. So yeah, okay. And yeah, now I'm back. Now I gotta wait for the results, and I'm a little freaked out and shit.
Well, we were talking about this off camera on the phone. I think your symptoms are psychosomatic because you have a lot of stress and you're stressing out about trying to get the apartment, and then sometimes you have some family drama, which I won't get into. But if you were actually having a heart attack, I think it would show up on your vitals and they wouldn't let you go home.
Yeah.
Plus, Canada has better health care than the United States. Here, it's all about the money. All about the money, honey. If you don't have the money, we're not going to give you the good quality of time. And even then, you may not get access to the best health care because there'll be some kind of insurance technicality that will make sure that we screw your credit and make sure that you have to pay. But yeah, like I remember one time I went to the ER. This was years ago. I had hurt my leg. They did X-rays. I didn't have insurance at the time, and I couldn't walk on my legs, so they got me crutches. They charged me $1,500 for crutches. And then they sent my medical bill to a collection agency and put a lien on my property over freaking crutches. I mean, it'd be one thing if, like, maybe paid $100 for crutches, but they charged me $1,500. This was way back in 2003. So yeah, our healthcare system is ridiculous. At least there in Canada, the government can negotiate prices and you don't get price gouge. But here we're in America, we're corrupt, bought, and bribed out. But yeah, so our healthcare system, in America, I like to say that we have the best healthcare system that no one can afford except for the few rich. Anyway.
Yeah, I heard in America it's rough. Yeah. So, yeah. So did you hear about the news? Like, John Campia, he released a bunch of like photos. He thought it was fake, but it was real.
What's the name of John Campia's YouTube? I know we talked about this off camera as well.
Yeah, it's just the John Campia Show.
I'm not familiar with it.
He's like he talks about movies and all. He's like Grace Randolph.
So, who's Grace Randolph?
Oh, Beyond the Trailer?
Oh, okay. I just know her as Grace. Okay, yeah. When you said it, the way you said it, it registers now. I'm not familiar with his show. I'll have to check it out. But yeah, he's getting sued by Disney for exposing a leak. I guess they were wanting to keep the hype up for the movie, but now that the cliffhanger or the the plot twist is revealed, people might be less likely to go see the movie.
I
But
mean,
who knows?
from what I hear, it was a picture of Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and Tom Holland standing together.
Yeah, well, apparently it's going to be a multiverse movie, and it's going to tie in with Doctor Strange and a multiverse of madness movie.
And of course, they removed that photo from the internet. I doubt that the internet got it. I mean, I guess the internet could have copied it because that's what they do.
Well,
They
I mean,
copy
if
the
it's on
picture.
the internet, there's always going to be a copy of it somewhere. It'll never go
Yeah,
away until the internet goes away.
yeah. So, yeah. You know what's really scary? I'm still worried about this. Like, okay, Sony could leave the MCU anytime they want. They can go on their own. They could say, "All right, see ya. We're gonna start our own Sonyverse," right? They take Spider-Man and all the characters away, and no more Spider-Man in the MCU. That'd be horrible.
Well, I actually heard that that's just going to be their excuse for, the multiverse. They might do a multiverse version of Spider-Man where it is that version of Spider-Man is not in the MCU, or maybe the MCU Spider-Man returns to his own or different universe in which he's not in the MCU universe, and that might be I don't know, how are they going to tie in Venom? Does Venom take place in the MCU, or is that a different universe?
That's a Sonyverse.
So
Yeah, they started their new
that's very
Sonyverse.
confusing. It's very
Yeah,
confusing. That's really Sony, as far as they've shut down their computer division in the last 10 years, and their movie division is not doing very well. That's the only thing they have left that's doing well. So they're going to hold on to Spider-Man and all the Spider-Man villains that they have licensed to indefinitely, because that's their only money maker. So I don't know where it'll go from here, but I heard that this movie might be the excuse for them to explain why going forward they might reset the multiverse or something, and he'll be in a different universe or trapped in a different universe which doesn't have anything to do with the MCU. Who knows?
yeah,
Theories abound. Who knows?
that would suck because if the MCU loses Spider-Man, they lose the rights to mention Spider-Man in their future movies, so they can't even mention Spider-Man, which means they have to rewrite a little bit of their history, which means, oh, Spider-Man never existed in the MCU ever.
No, I don't think it'll be like that. I think he'll like maybe get trapped in another multiverse, or either with the Doctor Strange using his magic resetting everything, it might reset into a parallel timeline in which he lives in a timeline where the Avengers didn't exist. When you're talking about parallel universes, time travel, and magic, really anything's possible.
Yeah,
You can even bring dead characters back to life.
yeah, it's really interesting. And also, I looked on the Universal thing. I'm thinking, does Hulk does MCU own Hulk now? Because I heard that in 2020, because of the COVID, Universal for some reason had to give the rights back to the Hulk, back to
Well, the whole
Disney.
movies just didn't really do that well for Universal. I mean, uh-oh. Hello?
Yeah, I'm pretty much ready to go. My dad said
Okay,
that.
you are live. We're doing a podcast. I'm here with
Okay,
Daniel.
my dad said he'd be walking a dog for 25. Well, my mom. Would
Okay,
be walking a dog for
keep in
25
mind that
minutes.
everything you say is going to be publicly heard, because I'm doing a live Zoom meeting with Daniel. This is being recorded for my podcast. I figure I'd make productive use of my time since I got here early, just like last time, to do a podcast. We're talking about this. We're talking about the Spider-Verse and the Spider-Man leak, and there's a YouTuber getting sued by Disney. So say hello to Daniel.
Hi, Daniel.
Hello.
Daniel says hello back. She can't really hear you because I got her on speakerphone. You can hear her, but she can't hear you not very well because I got earbuds in, so that way it doesn't echo. Okay, well, it's okay. It's just, the later you get here, the less time we'll have together, and
I'm gonna see if my dad can maybe allow us to stay like 1 more hour.
Well, don't pressure him too much. Let's
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, so you're gonna get here like in about an hour at 5:30.
Well, maybe like an extra half I know I'm tired of being
We'll
rushed too.
we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Do you want to stay on for the podcast, or do you want to just call me back?
I mean, I can because I'm pretty much ready to leave.
You pretty much ready to leave?
I can for a bit because I'm ready to leave. I'm just
Are you
waiting for my
bringing
parents to
Are
come
you
back.
bringing your little wiener dog with you?
No. That's why my
Okay.
mom's walking him.
Okay.
He would have to be walked no matter what. Whether it was me or by whoever, he would have to have that no matter what. So
Yeah, I
it's
understand.
actually saving some time
Well,
because
good.
I would be doing it. So it's actually helping, not hurting the situation. But yeah.
Awesome.
The problem is when my mom goes off and does her thing on her own, it's kind of like I'm at her mercy as to like.
I understand. That's probably why you should leave earlier next time. Anyway, because she always slows you down. But not a big deal. We'll I got to do. I'm doing the podcast on my laptop. I've got the 2010 White MacBook. Windows 10 installed on it, which that was kind of a pain in the ass. Yeah, this White MacBook was kind of a pain in the ass to get Windows 10 installed on it because I had to locate the Windows 7 drivers and I had to locate the right version of Boot Camp. And I got brightness control, volume control, the gesture support for Windows 10, and everything working by just installing the 64-bit Windows 7 drivers. And I haven't really found anybody that's documented running Windows 10 on such an old MacBook, a 2010. But you put an SSD in it, upgrade the RAM, and it definitely makes it doable. I was amazed I even was able to get the iSight webcam to work. But I'll get that to you when you're here. And I brought the long extension cord for the charger because you don't want the short stubby 2-prong connector. Anyway, so Daniel, going back to Daniel, anything else about you want to talk about with MCU or anything like that?
All right. Like I just saw Eternals, and I gave you the link for Eternals. I know it's a shitty low quality phone version. To tell you the truth, I was not impressed with Eternals. I was not.
You told me on a scale of 1 to 10, you gave it a 5.
Yeah, I gave it a 5. It's not the worst movie, but it's nothing special either. I mean, I like things in it.
I think the problem with Eternals, I know it got critically panned, and I know that there were some controversial decisions made by the director. I don't know what that is. Don't spoil it for me. Eventually, I'll see it. But I know that critics gave it a 43% tomato score, which is bad. Although audience participation score on that movie was 81%. So, but yeah, you
Is
gave.
there soap at the hotel? Sorry to interrupt.
There's always soap at the hotel. It's a hotel.
Okay.
Why would you think there wouldn't be any soap?
Well, I was to save some time. I was going to wash something at the hotel that I normally wash at home.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's fine. But
So yeah, you know what? You're not gonna.
why didn't you like Eternals? I mean, to me, I would rather see another Avengers movie. I think Eternals, you're just expanding the universe way too much with all these obscure superheroes that most people have never heard of. And it from the trailers, it just seemed like an Angelina Jolie vehicle, to try to resurrect her dead career. And it just seemed like like a watered down Avengers to me.
Yeah, wait. Did you say that Angelina Jolie's career was dead?
It was kind of dead. Like, what is she? She hasn't been in any big budget blockbuster movies that did well lately.
Yeah, I've noticed. I mean, actually, I've noticed that she disappeared a little bit, and I'm like, well, what's going on? Oh, I guess she had
She got
so much money.
divorced. She got divorced, and she had some family drama. But
Oh, she left Brad Pitt?
yeah, they got divorced like years ago, I think.
Oh, wow, huh. So yeah, now she's back, and I'm kind of happy to see her back because I'm like, wow, she's back, and I
So
haven't
you,
seen her
so
in a
you
while.
liked her character?
Oh yeah, she's really good. Yeah, I remember Angelina Jolie from movies like Tomb Raider. She was really hot in Tomb Raider, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I was kind of hoping for a sequel to that movie. We didn't get one.
Yeah. Um.
I mean, yeah, so
Oh,
Eternals.
I just looked it up on Wikipedia. He divorced Angelina Jolie in 2019, but they had, like I said, it was a couple of years ago. But they
Oh,
had been separated for I think a couple of years before that. So I'm not. I know it was a nasty breakup, nasty divorce.
yeah.
She's accusing him of being an irresponsible father, doing too much marijuana or something like that. And she was accused of being a heroin addict. So who
They were
knows?
both doing drugs.
Apparently so. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know them personally.
No, I know.
I don't really follow the story that closely. It's just celebrity gossip, celebrity news, whatever. But
I did not know any of this.
yeah, they've been divorced since 2019. Where have you been, man? This was pre-COVID.
Yeah, I know. I don't know where. I never heard of it. It's just weird.
My goodness.
I know, I know. I think everything in the future is going to be known as PC and AC. PC and AC before COVID and after COVID. Sadly
Oh, like
enough.
before died and after died.
Yeah.
I know it's like a religious thing, but
So, anything else on your mind, Daniel? You still want to talk about Spider-Man, or do you want to move on
Uh,
to another topic?
yeah. So like, I can't wait for the Spider-Man movie. I hope it's not delayed. And Multiverse of Madness. We've been waiting for that so long, right? And
Oh, yeah, we did talk about that off camera, so I might as well talk about that on here. We got about 12 minutes left. But yeah, the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness and also Spider-Man No Way Home, from what I understand, may be delayed because like 95% of modern action movies now are all CGI. They're closer to animation than they are actually live action because
mhm.
they're heavily rely on special effects and animation studios. And like most animation studios, even classic animation, it can sometimes take many months to years to get a movie done. And from what I understand, is they may have to delay the release date in December because they're having to have the animation studios work 24/7 around the clock, 7 days a week, just to try to get it done in time before Christmas. And I heard that the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness movie may be delayed as well.
Let's hope it's only delayed for like a month or two, not like a whole year. I
yeah,
mean,
I'm
they're
gonna
still doing
wait for my
reshoots.
parents to come home
You just waiting for your parents to come home? Where did your
with
parents
the
go?
dog.
Oh, they went out to where the
My mom wanted to go out and walk the dog.
okay.
You know how stubborn
Why
she
didn't you
is.
walk the dog? I don't understand. This your dog,
She
right?
wanted to go out and get exercise. She likes to use my dad for transportation too because he has a day off. So I'm not the only one like getting
But she
a
has her own
license.
car and her own license.
She doesn't want to drive.
She doesn't want.
Ever since the pandemic, ever since I've been doing school at home, she's been having this attitude lately, like I don't want to drive at all.
Ah,
Ever
okay.
since she stopped taking me to school, she's like, I don't want to drive.
Well, that's
Well, also,
unfortunate.
like, my dad doesn't want to use his car. My dad wants to use his car as well, so that, like,
Are you
creates
okay talking
further
about this on
problems.
the podcast? Because we are recording.
I'm gonna try to keep it at a minimum because I don't want to bring, like, drama onto your podcast.
Okay, I'm just giving you a heads up. I don't know if you're aware.
I don't know, man. I mean, I only am, your audience is
Small.
not like, yeah, like, I don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, as of November the 9th, I'm lucky if I can, like, my last podcast video got like maybe 20 views, and on Anchor FM, which goes directly on iTunes and Spotify, I got like 2 views. So I actually do have some people that listen to the audio version, and a handful of people who watch my YouTube. But yeah, my YouTube, ever since they changed the algorithm in 2016, I don't get the views like I used to, and they keep changing it, and I'm not monetized. So because I'm not monetized on YouTube, they don't prioritize any, they don't prioritize my channel in search results, which kind of sucks. Anyway, so we're down to 9 minutes. So
All right. Yeah.
you still want to talk about Spider-Man production delays, or you want to move on to
no. Okay. Actually, you know what? I want to talk about the Flash movie and like the DC stuff. Okay. Obviously the Flash movie has finished production, right? And
Okay. I didn't know that it had finished, but all right.
oh my god, yeah. And obviously there's going to be reshoots, right? There's going to be reshoots. Every movie has reshoots, right? Like every single one of them.
Some do, some don't. It depends.
And like there's like all these rumors that like, oh, the universes are gonna, like, some universes are gonna merge and stuff, because there's been like mixed talk about how this movie will make everything canon. Everything you've seen in DC will be
That's
canon.
what I heard. That sounds cool, but
and like sometimes they say it's all gonna be canon, like in one universe, and that's like, how is that possible? How can it
well, it'd be a multiverse, and they're all indirectly connected, but they have their own timeline separate from other people's timelines, and characters are different in those timelines. Makes complete sense to me.
I mean, yeah, but like sometimes they say it's going to be canon in one big multiverse, and sometimes they say it's going to be canon in the same universe. And you're like, well, it's impossible. It can't all be canon, because you're going to have like a million Batman, a million Superman, a million everything. Well, I'm obviously not a million, but it's going to be like for example, if you merge.
Why not a trillion or a gazillion?
But
or infinity billion.
That would create an explosion. The whole universe can't contain. One planet can't contain that.
Well, it explodes over and over again, and it collapses back in on itself, and then it expands again. It's just infinity chaos forever.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that'd be a little odd,
Well, the universe we live in is a little bit odd. So
yeah, because I remember, even Joe told me you can't do that. You can't fuse two universes together because that would create an explosion. You would have like two of everything.
That would be cool. Like you could have a threesome with Wonder Woman, because then there would be 2 Wonder Women.
I know. Like, both Wonder Woman, the Linda Carter one and the Gal Gadot one.
There you go. You could have the best of both in bed.
I mean, they did take a picture of, also, I wanted to say, Patty Jenkins. Remember she made that awful Wonder Woman 84 movie?
Yeah, I didn't even finish watching that. It was so freaking boring. It had very little action in it. There wasn't a whole lot going on. It revolved around like some magic object that gave wish powers to people, like it would make their wishes come true. But it just didn't make much sense to me.
So yeah, apparently. I
mean, it was just really slow paced, and I was like, God, this story is really lame and it's really boring. And because it was a prequel, people wanted a Wonder Woman sequel, not a prequel.
Mm-hmm, definitely. Wait, no, it was a sequel to Wonder Woman. Yeah.
Not completely. Not completely. I mean, sort of. It took place in 1984, but like the original Wonder Woman took place like during World War One.
Yeah.
And her love interest, what was his name? Played by Chris Pine.
Yeah. I forgot his name.
Anyway, her boyfriend Chris Pine in the movie, the character he played dies, but then the movie kind of goes to current day. So then, I guess it sort of was a sequel, but it didn't go all the way to current day. We wanted to see a true sequel of what Wonder Woman was doing in current times. Instead, we get this like retro 1984 movie, and I watched like half of it, and not much was going on. It's just a lot of talking and very slow. There's some magic object that archaeologist has access to that accidentally grants her wishes so that she gets the superpowers of Wonder Woman. But it
that sounds really stupid.
Yeah, it was a dumb movie, and the movie didn't do very well. It got delayed because of COVID, and then I think it went directly to streaming.
Yeah.
And that hurt the movie as well, but it got critically panned, and it lost money on streaming because you had to pay extra to get it.
On the plus side, the Mandalorian was there. He was Maxwell Lord.
Yeah, I didn't really care for his character. His character was kind of weird.
He looked older. He looked older than the Mandalorian does.
Yeah, maybe Baby Yoda sucked all the life force out of him, and then he lost his armor, and then he went to a parallel universe where he's stuck in Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah. So now, now apparently Patty Jenkins put the Rogue One movie on hold.
Yeah, my mom
for some reason.
He would be home by now, so now I feel really, really.
It's just on you. That's why you gotta get trucking earlier, Ann. You can't wait till the last minute.
So yeah,
Patty Jenkins. My mom occupies the.
That's why you got to get trucking earlier. Got to get trucking earlier. Got a plan.
It's not gonna help because she still wants to get out of here and do stuff with my dad.
Okay.
And she still, she still wants to.
All right.
Half the day when she's off.
Let's not go too much into it. We're recording. But anyway, I'll see you when I see you, I guess. But. So
now Wonder Woman. So now that they put Rogue Squadron.
What do you mean? What do you mean Rogue One? They did a Rogue One.
No. I mean Rogue Squadron. The Rogue Squadron movie that Patty Jenkins was going to do. She put it on hold for some reason.
Well, I mean, the last 3 Star Wars movies were critically panned.
I know that, but for some this Rogue Squadron was going to be after Episode 9. But for some reason, I don't know, maybe because of creative differences or whatever.
I heard Disney was wanting to distance itself from the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, that's why they were going to do Rogue One.
Focus more on like the Mandalorian time period, which is only a few years after the original trilogy, which would make sense because that proved to be a lot more popular.
So now, you know what? Now they're saying that they're probably going to focus on Wonder Woman 3. And they're going to start filming it in summer of 2022 for a December 2023 release.
Who knows?
I mean, that's kind of cool. Wonder Woman 3 in 2023. That's a cool marketing thing, and I really hope so. I love Wonder Woman.
Well, movies haven't recovered since COVID. People are not going to the movies like they used to.
No, they haven't.
And there's a lot of confusion with marketing because a lot of times they release movies online at the same time while they're in theaters. So why would you go to theaters if you can just stream it online? So
like you said, you're going to do like a 42-day thing,
starting next year. I know Disney, which owns Star Wars and the MCU, they own Marvel and Disney. Disney is going to, starting in January 2022, from what I've heard, they're going to start a 45-day release schedule. Like the movie will be released in theaters only. And then 45 days later, it'll be available on streaming instead of it being simultaneous, because marketing research seems to show that when you release something on streaming the same day it's released in theaters, it hurts movie ticket sales. So, but yeah, but we're out of time. Thank you, Daniel, for joining me. Thank you, Ann, for joining me. This is Steampunk Star Raisin of The World is a Mess. I just want to steampunk it. This is episode 42. November 9th, 2021. You have a nice day, and I will see you 25 billion years, Will.